Hi people, friends, relatives, people of other groups. Jim Grey Wolf Petruzzi here. I wanted to share a few thoughts about unity today. I was working on the Standing Rock Protector site this morning in our Water is Life movement group this morning, and I was on a couple of calls today, and I was talking to other people and watching what some of our unity walkers have been doing, and I think it's just time to add a little more about unity and tell you a little bit about what else is coming up. There's been so much we've all done, and every one of us should feel like we've really accomplished something, whether we've worked on Standing Rock, whether we've worked on Water is Life, whether we've worked on all of it, it doesn't matter. The fact that we're getting out there and we're doing things. There's been a lot of unifying as groups. I think that's awesome. It's amazing. But there's still missing pieces, in my opinion. There's still some ways of looking at unity that I just don't really totally get. So let me talk about that a little bit. And I'm doing this now because we're doing some work, and we're starting to do this through the World Summit group, which I invite you all to come and join us. Go find the group, find our website, go to my page, and you'll and I'll have it highlighted. But what we're trying to do is unify the unifiers. We're trying to do what we talked about a lot during Standing Rock and at Standing Rock, to bring together all the groups, to start doing things together. There's people out there working on specific elements. I respect that. I've been doing that. Some are working on Water is Life. Sue and I have done that. We've gone out and recorded things, documented things, brought things back, met with the people in the organizations. So I totally value that. We've got people working on Puerto Rico. We've got people working in California. We've got people working in India. There's people working on the elements, but not the whole unity piece now. We move from individual protests to some movements, and I think that's great. Water is Life is definitely a movement, but we don't have the dots connected. I don't think. There is still this backlash. We still have negative people and plants, people who are there to try to disrupt this, because status quo, the establishment, they don't want unity. If there's one word they don't want to appear, it's unity. And a lot of us are working towards unity. And so we're getting some things show that still disturb me. I'm once again hearing some things like, I heard that. Please don't be an I heard person. All you're doing is spreading rumors. And I know it's easy for us to do that, to start saying, I heard this, I heard that. Luckily, we have a lot of online folks, as in our groups and as in so many other groups, who are digging and researching before they report things, pointing fingers. And I sure have had it. I've had it over the years, and I'm kind of used to it. But I've seen it amongst others, too. I've seen people telling other people, you're really angry, or you're not getting this, or you're this, or you're that. Most often that's because they're talking about themselves, unfortunately. And so this is the time to put all that behind, to come together as one. In the World Summit, we're working to do that. We want to bring all these groups together. We want to have one voice. There's going to be a lot more coming about this. We have a little mini summit coming up in the next few months that a bunch of us will be at, and including people from all cultures, male, female. We want a real diverse representation there. And so the invites are out. We'll be talking more about this and how we do it. And I'm not in any way saying if you're dedicated to working on what's happened in Puerto Rico or Texas or Australia or California or wherever else, to stop doing that. Not at all. I mean, we need to do that. What I'm saying is let's also be thinking at this level. When Standing Rock was happening, and I immediately started the virtual page when I was asked to do that, we all focused totally on Standing Rock, and rightfully so. That was the issue. That was the battle that needed to be won. Those were the banners that were being held up. Now we need to go even further beyond that, I believe. We need to carry the spirit of Standing Rock, what we learned is Standing Rock. And I know Sue and I heard so much from the elders when we were up there. so much from the people who were leading when we were there about let's not let this die when Standing Rock is over, because we all knew at some point that the specific protest Standing Rock would be over, but only in the physical realm, not in the spiritual realm. And so we've applied it now to Water is Life movements all over the place. I still don't like it when I see those movements don't totally connect, but we're getting there. We've applied it to some of the climate change things that are going on, that are happening and damaging people and their lives, and equally as important, our planet. But we're not bringing ourselves together. So why not now start to honor the prophecies? And it's prophecies of so many cultures I've worked with, which in a nutshell is, you know, in Black Elk and some of the other prophecies, the four colors coming together. Well, that's everybody coming together. Why don't we start doing that now? That's true unity. And so that's where I'm moving my energy. That's certainly where I hope to move the energy of the groups that I'm part of, whether I'm an admin or just a member or anything else. So please, let's start thinking about this. How can we better unify as one? Partly it means giving up some of our old ways, some of our old hatreds, some of our old fears, and we all have them. We're human beings. We've all had good times and bad times, individually and culturally. But I think we can do that now. So I certainly invite you to be thinking about this. We'll be doing additional videos. Some of the folks from World Summit will do some after our summit to give everyone a better sense of what we hope to accomplish. And we is a collective term for a lot of groups already together. Sue and I will be talking about some webinars we're going to bring up with our friends Jose and some other people to help some indigenous leaders get to these retreats and conferences that are coming up. And others still will be doing programs on sharing their ways, sharing their thoughts, how we can, in fact, unify the unifiers. And so I welcome you all to join me in this. I truly, truly do. We are all brothers and sisters. In the Mayan way, I am you and you are me. In the Lakota way, all my relations. And I can go around the planet with all the cultures I've worked with, and each one has a saying very similar to that. That's the critical part now. We need to be one. Don't point at me because what I am or what you hope I'm going to be. Point at me for what I do or don't do, what I'm able to accomplish or not to accomplish. Stand next to me and I'll stand next to you, and next to the person next to them, and next to the person next to them. We need to be a circle. We need to work with the Earth Mother. That's why we're out here today, and I'm doing this next to the river here, with the standing people here, the trees, because they need to support this and we need to be one with them. So thanks for hearing me. The invite is out there. Please join us in the World Summit. Join us in Sanctuaries of the Earth Mother, where we're looking to build some places where we can actually physically come together and share this knowledge. Thank us and join us in all the groups that are out there. Be one. We are all one. Thank you. I love you all, even those of you who don't agree or who wish I would shut up. You know, the old saying is, and I've repeated it on my page often, I really want to be quiet, but the ancestors won't let me. And I know many of you feel the same way. So let's, instead of trying to be quiet, let's raise our voices as one. Thanks. You have a good day. All my relations.